Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Brandy, your peace speaker. I usually call myself Serenity because, in a way, I feel that is who I've become. I'm slowly becoming very peaceful and serene. So I am now Serenity. Welcome. Nice to see you. Glad you're back. I'm going to do things a little different today only because lately I've just kind of been feeling blank, completely blank. I've been wanting to write videos. This is what I really feel good at doing, but I'm completely blank. Like, I literally stop myself from coming up with anything good. I have good words that come to me, but when it actually comes to sitting in front of this microphone and trying to give you something, lately I've had nothing. It's been actually quite difficult. I never really understood it, but I think I'm slowly starting to get why I am going off like fence and going off in a different direction. I want to continue to do what I'm doing here, but I had to go through some things to understand some things, to figure some things out, to understand that I actually kind of couldn't think of anything to say because my videos really don't get a lot of views, which, okay. My posts on Facebook, you know how difficult it is to post on Facebook and to get noticed on anything you do? There's so many people out in this world trying to get recognition for something. Like, they need this, they need to feel needed, so they're just posting and posting and posting. So my stuff really doesn't get seen much because everybody's, posting their own thing. It's pretty crazy how bad everybody needs a little bit of attention nowadays. They go crazy and just post. So I stopped and I couldn't think of anything to post because I started to doubt myself. And what I really want to talk about today is doubt. It's huge what we stop ourselves from doing because we doubt ourselves. We don't think we're good enough. When I look at my stuff, and I do struggle from this time to time, but I've gotten a lot better. But when I started doing graphics and art and everything that I did, I looked at my stuff as very childish. I did not feel that it was good enough, that, okay, I couldn't draw growing up, so how could I do graphic design? And my graphic design methods are a little bit different because I don't design fully my backgrounds. I use filters and everything I do, but it's not fully mine. Now, when I have a camera, and I'm going to have a beautiful camera one day, I'm going to take great pictures, so everything's going to be mine. But back in the day, I didn't think that of myself. I thought it was childish, that it wasn't good. But then again, I was just starting. When you go into something and you just start doing it, of course it's going to be rough. You've never done it. I have a tendency to give up. Because I was a very, very big doubter. Very big doubter. Now, I would do it because I worked, and I still work actually at Office Depot, so I have to do graphic design quite a bit. I'm around it all the time. But I never really put thought into it. When I started going on Facebook and doing stuff on Facebook, I started to realize that now I kind of had a purpose. Everything that I've been through, I can now help others. And it slowly started that I would be able to put my stuff and I started getting likes. Well, it made me feel good. Of course, anybody posts anything on Facebook, especially when you don't have a lot of friends and you start getting those likes, it kind of gets to you a little bit. Like, I don't get a lot of likes. I average about 50 to 100 likes per post. To me, that's really nothing considering the fact that we have millions of people in this world. So I doubt myself. And then it starts to get to me that, okay, what am I supposed to do? Am I really supposed to do this? But you can't doubt yourself via online. I've learned this, and I think that's where I'm kind of going with this video, because there's so many people that get online, and when they don't get the likes that they need, they feel they're not good enough. When you feel you're not good enough, you stop yourself from actually being truly yourself. You stop yourself from going out and doing the things that would actually make you great because you doubt who you are. And Facebook is the worst place to be doubt, because I don't know if anybody knows, but Facebook has an algorithm which they use to determine what you see, what goes out, who gets likes. So if you're not in the popular and you're not in the know and you're not interactive every day, you don't get those likes. Now, for people who live online and they live on Facebook, it's getting harder and harder for you to get the likes that you need if you're not on it constantly. If you're not putting out good content, well, what if your content's not as good this week as somebody else's and you don't get the likes? You literally start to doubt who you are just because your social media platform isn't getting you anywhere. Well, of course it's not getting you anywhere. It's not going to get you anywhere because we're kind of living in a time where they make it harder and harder for you to get that. And anyways, it's not lasting. The like that you get now, you're not going to be remembered. Probably nobody will probably hear this. Well, no, I have a small few of you guys who like to listen to me, which I'm so thankful for because you're all amazing to me. Oh, okay, moment. But people probably won't hear this video. You know what? No, they're going to. I'm going to declare this now. My video is not going to be just a little video. Yeah, it might take a little while, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit hard for me to get it out, but I'm going to get it out. And the reason why I'm going to get it out is because I'm starting to realize something. It's about the mission, not the recognition. That's what it is. So what if people don't give me the likes that I want? I really don't care anymore because when I look at my art helps me. When I'm creating my art, I'm not even kidding you guys. Like, it's really funny how I create my art. I'll just be sitting out of nowhere and I'll be talking to somebody or an idea will pop in my head and bam, I write it down. And then eventually I'll get around to it and I'll decide, okay, I'll make a picture out of it. It's a good enough saying, I'll make a picture. And I go to free sites that do commercial art and I just look through and what I do is I look for a picture that gives me a feeling. Because what I'm starting to realize that we tend to do things out of we use the wrong senses when we're trying to get something moving in our life. You want to make a difference, you use the wrong senses. You use what you can see. So of course you can't see much, so there's a lot of doubt there. With me, I feel it. It's different when I do my art. And the reason why I'm so passionate is because when I look at what I'm doing, I feel it. Like there's something in me that kind of takes over and I feel the art. And then when I'm writing it out and designing it, I feel as I'm reading it, the words that they have a feeling to me. They create something inside of me that I feel. And that's why I feel that it's good. And I know it's good because it brings up those feelings in me. And then I know they help people. And I doubt myself so much because I don't get the recognition online. It's hard for me to go out into the world and help people and do things because I have very hectic schedule and I don't have a lot of time as it is. So I'm trying to do the best that I can with what I have. And like literally I have nothing. And the stuff that I make my videos with is Movie Maker. It's it comes standard with my laptop. And I mean, I have Photoshop, which is about the only program that I pay for. And literally that hurts me paying for it, but I pay for it. Everything I get is free. I've had people ask me, well, how are you doing it? What programs are you using? I'm using the most generic stuff there is. I literally am making the best out of everything with little. And that's why I know you can do it. That's why I know that every single person out there has the ability to move forward. It's not all about what you have, because I have nothing and I'm going somewhere. It's about what you have inside. It's about the confidence and the ability to overcome the labels that people have put on you. Who cares if there is something that you love to do? And when I say love, I mean when you do it, you get lost in it. You find ways to evolve it. It literally turns in a way for you to make money because it's an evolution of things. When I started my art thing, like I said, I was very newbie. I mean, I have old art. When I look at it now, I'm like, oh my God, where I'm at now compared to where I was. If you continue to focus on the fact that you don't know how you're going to get there, you literally stop yourself. Now, I don't focus on the fact that I don't know how I'm going to get there, because where I want to go, I don't know how I'm going to get there. I want to be a motivational speaker. One day I want to be out in a front of thousands and thousands of people to be able to try to inspire them to try to be able to change their lives. If somebody like me can do it, I can inspire millions of people to do it too. And that's what I'm going to do. Now, before, I doubted it to be possible because I didn't see how it was possible. And therefore, I didn't even take the steps to move forward. And the funny thing was, sorry if I'm knocking on my thing. The funny thing is all it took was literally for me to believe it and say to myself, it is possible. I don't know how, but it is possible. I pick stuff up and it comes to me. Like my soundtracks for most of my videos, actually, if you actually listen to my videos, any of them, the music goes almost perfectly with all of my videos. The art goes perfectly. All of it goes perfectly. And the funny thing is as I'm making it, I think to myself, okay, I'm going to find the perfect music. I literally am thinking through it the entire process, and it happens. I find the perfect music. I find everything that I need to make this beautiful art. As soon as I remove the doubt figure, I stop doubting it, because now I understand that when you actually take the step forward to do that, when you think positively, I am going to do this, I will end up with this, you visualize it and then you feel it. You have to feel it. When I do my art, everything I do, I feel inside. That's why I know my art is as good as it is because as I'm making it, I feel it, what I'm making. I can feel the emotions well up in me as I am creating the art. I don't know if you guys have heard there's something called the law of attraction. If you haven't heard of it, do your studies and your research on it. And you may not receive it at this point in time, because I now understand that to understand the law of attraction, there's some things inside of you that you have to learn to get rid of. Like you have your ego, for instance. Again, I'm going to do an episode about your ego. I think it's a little soon for me to do about ego, but eventually I will. You have to overcome doubt and fear and stress. And it is possible. In any situation you are in, it is possible. Because if you focus on what's going on, the bad things, you're going to bring more bad things to you. And I know this because I did this for years. I always focused on what was wrong with me, what I couldn't do, where I wasn't going. And because of that, I was stuck. I couldn't do it. I didn't go anywhere. When I started to finally think outside of my box, when I found God, when I found the higher source, whatever you want to call it, there is something more out there that connects us all. Well, when I found that and understood who that was, I started to realize that we're not as limited as we make ourselves to be. We limit ourselves by what we can see with our five senses. We could taste it, see it, feel it, touch it, then it's there. But that's not true. There's so much more. You create your world around you. You create the stuff that you want and don't want. You know, whether it is, if you're thinking about negative stuff, then you bring negative stuff to you. You know, when you wake up in the morning and you just start your day off really bad, like your whole entire day, just everything you get left and right and left and right. It's because you're putting out those stressful vibes and those negative vibes, and you're inviting it in to happen. When you think positively, and it's hard to think positively because there is so much doubt in us because of what we've seen. We continue the bad and vicious cycle of thinking negatively. You overcome the doubt. You let go of the fear and understand that life is not happening to you, because it's not. It's happening for you. And when you learn this, you start to see things move in a different way. But it's a process. It's not like you could sit here and just think, okay, well, I want this to happen, and then it doesn't happen the next day, and oh, here comes your doubt again because, well, it didn't happen on your time schedule. And the funny thing is it's not your time schedule. Life moves on its own terms. Actually, in fact, if everybody got their way right away, it would be a catastrophe. So life works in your benefit if you know how to work it. But to work it, you must believe that it can be done. You have to believe and get rid of the doubt, because the doubt is what's going to continue to keep you down. My art, I don't doubt one bit, because when I look at it, I feel something in it. Like it moves me in some way. It brings up feelings in me that tell me I can do it and allow me to move forward. And I've helped others. There's close family members and people around me who look at it, and I've helped them. It's because I got over doubting myself. Because I know that I can do it. Because I've been given a purpose to share a message. I have a mission. And my problem is for a while there, I was viewing on the wrong aspect of it. I kept trying to think and make money my way. You know, if I get enough views, if I can get this to happen, then things would work my way. But they're not going to work my way. And as soon as I realize that they're not going to work my way, then my messages get better. My doubt goes away, and then my thinking comes back. It's so crazy how much actually really comes at us on a daily basis. It's just, I could go through a whole entire day and just tell you everything that tries to hit me left and right. There's a lot going on in my life. I am so peaceful through it all because now I understand what I need to do to move forward. And I declare that I will move forward. I declare and I know, and I'm going to tell the universe that I'm going to make a difference in this world because I know I can. I've been through it and I know how to help many people get out of that. You have to believe in yourself and you have to stop trying to do what others want you to do because you're never going to find your happiness in what other people tell you. Like, real happiness comes from doing what you love regardless of what other people say. And so what if you hurt people's feelings? Let me tell you, it's better to hurt those people's feelings in the long run because what you love to do is going to start to grow into something more, and eventually they're going to come back around because they're going to see that what you were doing for is for the good. I had a lot of people in my life that didn't accept what I did and told me that I would get nowhere. But the thing is I believe that I'm meant to go somewhere. I believe that I'm going to do something because I understand that I have the ability inside of me to create that. All I have to do is think of it clearly and concisely, feel it in my hands what it is I want, and then let it go. Don't dwell on it. Don't worry on it. Because if you worry about it, then it's not going to happen. See, part of my brain damage has really helped me a lot because I'm able to think about what I want and I'm able to meditate on that and then let it go. And lately I've started to notice things that are happening, things that I once thought, I wanted, and they are happening. When you dream big, sometimes the weight is bigger because of what you want is not small, and God has to move a lot of pieces to give you the dream that you are dreaming. Your dream is probably so big that it's not something that He can do in a day or a week or sometimes a year. But as long as you keep putting that vibe out and you keep telling the universe, this is what I'm going to do, eventually the universe is going to give you what you want. You have to believe it and stop doubting what this world can do. Do you understand? You're made from God. Your atoms are from the energy of the entire universe. You have the ability to attract things to you. But you have to get over some doubt, fear, and disbelief if you want to be able to make that step in your life and change. You have to believe that it's possible. You have to trust that it's possible. And you have to go with the flow of life and don't fight it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then it wasn't meant to be, and let it go. Don't get mad at that person who cut you off because you know what? They're just going to ruin your day. Don't let anger and hate get into your soul and infest you. And don't let doubt ever hold you back for something that could change the world. This world and what we're living in needs people like you to shine bright. They need people like you to step outside of your box and show the world what you're made of. They need you to be the difference maker, and they need you to stand up. We all have the ability in us to make this world a better place. But first, we need to start believing in who we are. But anyways, guys, it's been a wonderful, for someone who couldn't even think of what to talk about, and I get in front of this mic and it just comes flowing out. I hope some of it helped you, and you know what? It's been a good day. Good night. You guys have been wonderful. Have a wonderful evening, guys. Until next time, hey, please like and subscribe. Let's get some more in here, and I want to be able to share a message with the world because right now we need it.